Hi, Rita West here with Ramblings of a Redheaded Lifter, talking about when is enough enough. So when should you back off so that before you do some sort of permanent damage or injure yourself severely, um, when do you back off? Okay. And this is coming from kind of my own experiences. Really, I get a lot of pushback coming from powerlifting over to bodybuilding. I get a lot of pushback about the lifting heavy still. Um, I mean, lifting heavy is just what I do. That's in my blood. That's what got me where I am. Okay, and yeah, it's just a hard thing. It is a hard thing to let go of, and so I get a lot of warning from people who mean well, um, about backing off on heavy lifting because it's just going to make the joints worse. It's just going to, it's eventually going to wear things down, things that we need to replace, or things you won't be able to use them anymore, whatever. And you know what? And there's things, if I sit too long, my back hurts when I stand up, and I walk a little crooked for a little while till I get used to it. Sometimes arthritis flares up, and it doesn't feel good. And yeah, sure, those things came from probably heavy lifting, and maybe they wouldn't have been as bad had I not gone to the extremes that I did. But if I hadn't gone to the extremes that I had gone to, I also wouldn't have all-time world records. I wouldn't have done some of the amazing things that, amazing to me at the very least, that I had done. And I think that we need to have that. We need to have people who go to those extremes. I mean, not just powerlifting, baseball players, Olympic gymnasts. I'm sure that they all have um, nagging injuries uh, as a result of the things that they put themselves through to be the best at what they were. The alternative is what? People stop pushing their limits. People stop trying to be the best. I mean, stop, you know, trying to do those amazing things, set records. I don't want to live in a world like that, and what if those things don't happen? So people will tell me, this is what happened to me. If you keep going, if you keep lifting like that, this is what's going to happen to you. But what if it doesn't? You know, I mean, I personally, when is enough is up to you. Okay, to each of us individually. Okay, it depends on the type of person you are. It depends on, your experiences up to the point that you have to decide. And I know that I'm not the type of person to walk around um, living my life trying to avoid the what ifs. What if um, this, my shoulder falls apart? Well, what if it doesn't? So I'm kind of like a live life to the fullest type person. But I also think that we need that, and I'm not saying don't train smart. I'm not saying, don't be sane. Well, I've always said that I think that sane people don't actually push themselves to the point of hurting themselves. They don't do that on purpose anyway, so maybe there's a little insanity there. But, there's some of us that wear that well, and, we're needed. We need those kind of people in the world. Um, I don't think that anybody should ever stop reaching for more than what they have currently, or for something that seems, a little unrealistically high as far as a goal goes. And I think that, you know, when you're faced with that decision, you need to decide, what you want to do, but accept the consequences. You're going to have to accept the consequences of the choices that you make. And so if you're going to choose to keep lifting a certain way, even though it's causing you pain and injury, and you keep you complain about it, but you keep doing it and not doing anything to help alleviate it, and all you want to do is complain, well, that's not okay either. You know, nobody wants to hear that. I'll just letting you know now. Nobody wants to hear that, even if they're not telling you that. So make the decision, but you know, accept the consequences. And you know, some people aren't comfortable with being uncomfortable. So, you know, those are the people that are going to kind of listen to people that says, now, you know, be careful, or you're not going to be comfortable later in life. And then there's people who are going to push it. And so I think that if you know somebody who comes to a point where they have to decide whether or not to continue doing something, or, you know, backing off to avoid injury, and they decide to keep doing that, then be supportive, offer an extra spot, and hey, be there for them to say "I told you so" when they're if it all falls apart. But what if it doesn't? And so that's what I think about that. If you have any questions, or if you want me to rant about something that is like your topic, not mine, let me know. You can leave a message in the video comments, or you can message me on Instagram, boss.bitch.x. Blackstone Labs, 20% off if you use code boss.bitch.x. And I will talk to you soon.